In this video, I would like to talk about how to be an evaluator. Long before the meeting, you want to make sure you have the evaluation form and you have enough time to go through the form, or speaking with the speaker. Check with the speaker if there's anything in particular he or she wants you to pay attention on her or him. If you evaluate this speech for the first time, I suggest that you must read the manual. Don't just count on the evaluation form, because the evaluation form don't give you the full details. Very likely, you may miss the point. As an evaluator, we have the responsibility to do the evaluation according to the purpose and objective. During the evaluation, here are the few key points you want to cover. Number one, make sure the speech objective, the speech purpose statement is met. You want to verbalize the confirmation. You want to explicitly tell the speaker that he or she has met the objective or the purpose statement. Number two, speak positively, uplifting, and encouragingly. Number three, make sure the speech has the structure, opening, body, and conclusion. Pay attention on the smooth flow of points. Also, listen for the right words, positive message, and wrap up with the summary of all the points have been mentioned. Number four, provide the areas for improvement. Be specific. Explain why you suggest so. Give example or demonstrate what you mean. Fifth, talk about the delivery, either body language, vocal variety, hand gesture, eye contact, facial expression, etc. Here is a live example. Enjoy the video. Amanda, this is your first time doing evaluation. I would say kudos to you. You did well. You have fulfilled all corners. Let me give you more detail. As an evaluator, first of all, in Toastmasters, we want to be positive, encouraging, uplifting. Sure, you did. You were very encouraging, uplifting, and motivating. You started with all the good points that you saw in Mina. The fact is, you did see the good point in her. Kudos to you. Suddenly, you touch on the speech, 1 point, in line with the message. You also touch on the delivery, hand gesture, 1 point. That's why I said you touch all the corner. And sure, for the first time, I cannot expect more. You did well. Suggestion for improvement is eye contact. When you suggest Mina to have the eye contact, you probably want to explain a little bit more detail so that she knows that she should not just read from the screen, because when you read on, she doesn't know the eye contact. You want to explain to her, to ask her to look at the pinhole. You can also demonstrate to her, then she realizes that when you look at the pinhole, it's different, but you look at the screen, it's different. Everyone can see, right? In Toastmasters, in feedback, in evaluation, we want to give specific feedback so that the speaker know what to do specifically. For example, you say, overall, you were perfect. You want to describe what is perfect in your dictionary. I mean, what do you mean by perfect? Because perfect to me is different from your perfect. If you can explain specifically, just don't use the general descriptive word. Even though you say you are very good, to me, I don't get it. How? You want to explain how, so that your feedback, your suggestion is specific enough for the speaker to improve. Okay. Overall, I think you have met the objective of evaluation. You were positive. You have touched on all the 4 corners. You can elaborate more. For example, the speech, you give 1 point on it. You can elaborate 2 points. And delivery also, you can elaborate 1 more point, then give a conclusion. Thank you. I think you did well. Back to you, General Evaluator. Susan will evaluate Su Ying. Okay, over to you.
I really like your speech because you gave your speech, or you open your speech with a humorous twist. You use the two words mentors and mentor because they sound so similar. And you use the mentors as a good example because you use the original and you use the variety of the different flavors of the mentors. So that is a very good metaphor there. Then you move on to the content of your speech, whereby you gave many examples of your mentors. So what I like is your imagination is really good. You started with the examples of mentors, and your, I would say, you show so much of confidence in front of the screen, and your language is easily understood. There are a few areas which I would like to suggest for your improvement is perhaps you don't give too many examples as being the protege. You probably can give one or two and then emphasize on these two examples, giving the impact of you being mentored as a protege. That is part of the requirement of your speech objective, is to share what is the impact on you being the protege. Next is perhaps you can also share a little bit about being the difference between a mentor and a coach. So that is also another requirement in the speech objective. One more area of improvement is, but I have to applaud you for being confident first. You did show a lot of hand gestures. Perhaps you can stand a little bit back to show more hand gestures. Were you standing or were you sitting?
Standing, I was standing.
Standing, yeah. So perhaps you can stand a little bit further to show more of the hand gestures and body language for better engagement. And one more thing is also the eye contact. You were full of expressions, only lacking in the eye contact, right? You were looking right and left, but not looking at the screen. Overall, your speech was very structured. You had the introduction, you had the content, and finally, I would challenge you to summarize the whole thing and give a message to the whole speech. Well done, and would like to hear your next speech. Back to you, Elysia.